Dear students, this is in continuation to my earlier videos on evenness testing. In various earlier videos, we had discussed how variations in mass per unit length can be measured for controlling this, and if these mass per unit variations are controlled, other variations will automatically be controlled. Thereafter, we discuss about the mathematical and graphical representations for measurement of mass variations, mass per unit length, that is u percent and cv percent, which represents the variations in mass per unit length, how we can graphically and mathematically represent. Today we will discuss the various characteristics of the irregularity. Irregularity means with the u percent or cv percent, which are a measure of irregularities, the characteristics of these irregularities. Addition of irregularities. This is very important. Suppose a material is being fed, say let us consider roving is having a CV of CVA or u percent of UVA. Now if it is processed to the ring frame and we are getting a CV of CVC or u percent as UC. C refers to the material which has been delivered from the ring frame, that is yarn, whereas A refers to, subscript A refers to the roving. So CVA or UA is the irregularity which is present in the feed material, and this is the irregularity which is present in the output material. Then we can say that CVB has been added in such a way so that CV of input material, square of CV of input material plus square of CV of output material, that is equal to square of CV of output material. So CVB is the irregularity that has been added by the ring frame. So generalizing it, that if the feed material is having irregularity or u percent, cv percent, whatsoever it may be, represented by subscript A, output material is having irregularity represented by subscript C, then the irregularity which has been added by the machine can be represented as CVB. So square of irregularities is added. Irregularity present in the material, input material, square of the irregularity present in the input material plus square of the irregularity added by the machine, that total sums equal to square of the irregularity of the output materials. Let us consider it with the help of some numerical problems. Let us consider the input material is having CV of 3. Output material is having CV of 4. So how much irregularity has been added? It is not 1. Rather, it will be 4 square minus 3 square and square root of that. 4 square means 16, 3 square means 9, 16 minus 9 means 7, square root of 7. This is the irregularity that has been added by the machine. Such type of the numericals, they are generally there in the examinations. So don't simply subtract it. Subtract the square of the values. The square of irregularities is additive. Reduction of irregularities. Now, generally, doubling helps in the reduction of the irregularities. That's why generally what wants to improve the regularity of the materials, we are going for doubling of the slivers at the draw frame. More the number of the doublings, better will be the irregularity. Let us consider the CV is the CV of input material sliver. N is the number of slivers that is being doubled. Say 6 slivers have been doubled, and let us consider 4 is the CV of the carded materials. It is fed to a draw frame. So 4 divided by number of doublings. Say if it is 6, then square root of 6. That is equal to CV of the output materials. Higher the number of the doublings, better will be the irregularity. However, what happens at the time of doubling, we also provide draft to the materials, and this drafting increases the irregularities. Therefore, the actual irregularity of the output materials will not be in accordance with it. It will be final result of improvement in irregularity plus irregularity added on account of the introduction of the draft in the materials. Let us take numerical examples. CV is 4, you have taken 6 number of doublings. Let us consider, instead of 6, let us consider it 9. You have fed 9 slivers. So square root of 9 is equal to 3. CV of carded material is 4. So 4 divided by 3 means 3 is square root of 9. That is equal to 1.33. So thus our CV of the output material will not be 1.33. Had there been no drafting, in that case we can expect that the CV of the doubled material will be 1.33. However, since we are also imparting draft at the same time, so it will increase, and actual irregularity will be between 1.3 to 4. Definitely it will be lesser than 4, but it will not be 1.33 because the irregularity that is being added on account of drafting. Limiting irregularity. Suppose you have best spinning process, best materials, best machinery, best technicians, but still there will be minimum irregularity in the materials. This is because the fibers in the materials, they are being randomly arranged. There is random arrangement in the yarns, and this random arrangement of the fibers in a minimum irregularity, which can be given as CV limit or U limit. CV is equal to 100 upon root n, where n is the number of the fibers in the cross section. This is the minimum irregularity that will be present. Apart from this, if this is for synthetic fibers, where it is assumed that there is no variations in mass per unit length of the feed material, that is fibers. If there is still variations in mass per unit length of the fibers which is present in natural fibers, then it will be further added. So even say with the best material, best technicians, minimum irregularity will be present, and which is directly proportional to square root of, rather indirectly proportional to the square root of number of fibers in the yarn cross sections. Suppose you are having say 100 fibers in the yarn cross sections, then 100 divided by root of 110 means 10 will be the minimum irregularity that will be present in the materials. This value of irregularity is called limiting irregularities or minimum irregularity that will be present. How to calculate the number of the fibers in the yarn cross sections? As you know that more the number of the fibers in the cross section, lesser will be the value of U percent or CV percent, means better will be the quality. So it is always suggested that we must try to keep the minimum fiber denier, but this is only for keeping lower value of U percent or CV percent. Other aspects are also there. So therefore we have to decide the cross section of the fiber, the denier of the fibers accordingly. How to find out the number of the fibers in the yarn cross sections? It is very simple. Divide the yarn denier by denier of the fiber. Suppose it is 20's count. So the denier of the 20's count will be 5315 divided by 20 means around 265. So 265 divided by, if it is 2 denier, the number of the fibers will be 135 and so on. You can also, instead of using yarn denier and fiber denier, you can also use yarn tax divided by fiber tax. But remember, the numerator and denominator they should be same and direct system only, means either denier or tax. Thanks, hope you might have enjoyed the session.